everyone, and welcome to the post-game press conference of the FIBA EuroBasket qualifiers between Czechia and Great Britain. Both teams are playing in the Group F, and the final result was 90-82 for Czech Republic. The following session will be all held in English. Please, if anyone have some questions, remain seated. My colleague will approach you with a microphone. Firstly, we are joined by the members of the visiting team from Great Britain. Next to me sitting head coach Mr. Mark Stoitel, and next to him captain of the Great Britain, Mr. Karl Whittle. So, coach, can you give us some outtakes and your review of today's game?
Congratulations to Czechia on getting the win and the result in what was a very hard-fought and physical basketball game. I'm really proud of our group. I thought that the game had, runs and flows, and I thought we did a good job of maintaining that and trying to play a style of basketball that we wanted to play and trying to execute a game plan. I think, when we look into the numbers, we would like to do a better job on the offensive glass and try and limit their offensive rebounding for some second chance points. I think that's something that we would like to try and review. But I was really proud of how my group competed, how we battled. And I think, I've said to our guys throughout this week that qualification is a long process. We understand that we're in a very competitive group, and coming here only magnifies that. But yeah, I think that we've laid the foundations for the team that we can be, and laid the foundations for how we believe we can be successful in qualification within this group.
Okay, and my question for Mr. Whittle. Karl, what do you think were the key moments that decided the outcome of today's game?
Definitely the run that the Czech team made in the third quarter. For us, we were always chasing the game in the second half, but we did well to stay close. I think, as coach said, giving up nearly 20 offensive rebounds is too much, because when we shot the ball really well, but if you give a team nearly 20 more possessions, it's very difficult to come out of wins, especially playing away from home. So that's something we have to learn from. Our turnovers were better today. We wanted to control the pace, and we wanted to push the pace. We wanted to play an up-tempo game, which we did for large parts of the game, and that allowed us to stay close. But again, at this level, it's the finer details, and when you give up as many offensive rebounds as we did, we make it a lot harder for ourselves, because you're playing maybe 20 extra defensive possessions that maybe should only be 5 or 10. So it's something we have to look at, control. But the fact that we stayed as close as we did, despite that, there's stuff we can definitely learn from and take forward.
Okay, any further remarks from you, maybe, coach, before we get to the journalists? Or
no, I think, just last one, as Carl said, we want to play a style of play, and I think, another difference in the game is obviously, Czechia scored 9 more points from the free throw line than we did. They had double the attempts than we did from the free throw line. I thought that our guys attacked the paint really well. I thought that we got into the paint really well. So I think that's something that we'll review at, and, think about how we can maybe get some balance on those free throws, and get the same level of intent, respect, demand that playing at this level, needs when you attack the paint as much as we want to. So that's something that we'll definitely review and look at moving forward.
Okay, thank you very much. Are there any questions here in the room? Okay, I think we are done. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Hello. Also, for the second part of the press conference, we are joined by the members of the home team. Sitting next to me is the head coach Diego Ocampo, and next to him is Tomáš Satoranský. Tomáš, can you give us your outtakes of the game? What were the key moments that were decisive for the outcome?
Well, I think the key, and Diego talked about it before the game, was staying in the game during the good times and bad times. You know, this window is very crazy. A lot of new guys are allowed to play those games, but you don't have a time. It's a tough season. You get back, especially when you have a new coach and new system. It's very difficult to practice. So we, count with our chemistry on the court, our communication. But there's going to be bad moments that happened in the first half. We weren't able to hold the lead, and I think second half we started much better defensively, especially pressuring more their players, taking care of the ball, and I'm very happy for this first win because it's the first step.
Do you agree, Coach? What is your outtake of the course of the game and the key elements?
I agree with him from 70 years old. Sometimes.
Was the key the defense? Because in the second half
The defense and the rebound, because we took 19 offensive rebound, and was an important key because we were shooting very well the spot ups. We scored in the first half, but in the second half we missed some spot ups, but we take the rebound and have another chances. So the rebound and the steal turnovers, because we steal 11 balls and we turn the ball over 15 times. So these numbers show us that we have more possession like 10, and this is very important in this kind of game.
Is this something that you would like to build on in the next phase of the group?
I would like, because it's basic thing, but if we defend well the 1-1 situation like we did in some period of the game, and we control the rebound, but as well offensively we have very good chemistry and good knowledge, and we pass the ball very well, we're going to be very competitive. We know that for all of us it's very difficult because you come here and suddenly you play, but it's a challenge for us to do and keep working in November.
Okay, now we have some room for questions, please, in English for this part. Are there any questions in English? Okay, no, so I think that's the wrap up for the official part in English. Now it's room for questions in Czech language.